Welcome to Slow Home Studio. This is the second part of our How to Read a Floor Plan tutorial. In the first one, we learned about how a floor plan is really an X-ray of the house, how it gives us a special view into the house that helps us understand the organization of the architectural space. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about the symbols and conventions that architects use to actually draw a floor plan. So let's have a look at that. We're going back to the floor plan that we had. Again, remember, always use some trace when you're going to be drawing anything because you don't want to draw on the original. And let's just walk through the floor plan, and I'll talk about each of the conventions as we go. The first one to know is that every time you cut through a full-height wall, you color it in black. That's a basic thing that happens because you're really, remember, we're sawing through the house at about 4 feet off the ground, taking the top off, and anything you cut through, it's black. So it's a good way to understand that there's a room. So this is an outside wall there. This is an inside wall as it moves through. This is another outside wall right here. Now you'll notice that we come across our first convention and symbol, which is a door. And a door, because it's thin, is only one line. And a window on the other side is also just one line thick. Now, doors are different. We have this half or quarter circle. Why do we have that? That's the swing of the door, because that door, as it moves from open to close, you should always draw a door in the open position to make sure that it doesn't conflict with anything, like the end of a bed. You also want to have that swing to make sure that nothing else sits inside that, or that two doors don't swing against each other. It's a very handy and critical way to make sure that doors work properly. So we've got windows, we've got doors. Now let's walk in a little bit further. This single line, does anybody know what that is? That single line is a closet door. We don't have to show the closet doors open because typically they're closed, and when they do open, they either slide or they open up in a small way. If you're really, really worried about that, you can show them being open. Now, looking inside this closet, I'm going to just draw the outside walls again. Remember, those are solid walls. You'll see there's a dotted line there. A dotted line in this situation means that there's something above the cut plane that's important, but that we can't see. This is like a closet rod or an upper cabinet. So we're just going to draw that in like that. Sometimes you'll see in kitchens and in laundry rooms, we'll dot in the dishwasher and the washing machine. That's because it's underneath the cabinet, and you also can't see that. So whenever there's something that you couldn't see but it's important, you dot it in. Now, let's walk through the plan. This is great. You can actually walk through floor plans, and you need to think about that. So we're coming in. Now we've got our powder room. What does the powder room have? Well, it's got an enclosed walls. It has a window. We can see it right there. That's why it's nice when you color in the floor plan, because then you can see there's the window right there. Oh, I shouldn't dot that in. My problem. Here's our door. And now we've got these two symbols. Everybody probably recognizes that as a toilet. There's lots of different kinds of toilets that you can use, and you'll see in some of our templates that we've got different long elongated bowls and different kinds of toilets. At a detailed level, those are critical. At a basic level, just making sure that it's the right scale and is in the right location is all you really need to see. Now we've got the cabinet. The sink cabinet is there, and then we've got a generic oval bowl, and that one little line right there is the sink tap, which again, if you want to at a different scale, you can provide more detail. We can go this way, and we can look at our this is our study. There's a study desk. Here we've got some furniture. That's a couch that's there. Here we've got on this side a piece of low furniture that's a space for a TV, and a TV would just be a single line, wouldn't it? Because we don't have those big, thick TVs anymore. Coming the other way, we've got an important piece. This is the stair. Stairs are really critical. They're very important to understand, and obviously they're not drawn in with black because you're not cutting through the stair. You're looking down, and we can see that we've got handrails and guardrails, and we've got the treads, but we've also got this. We've got an arrow and an up or a down. Those are really important because they tell you which way the stair is moving. Is it going up into the space or down into the basement? Moving along, we can see that we've got our dining room. Here's a dining room table with chairs. Again, if you want to, you can have a very detailed symbol for a particular dining room table, or you can just use a more simple one. And then finally, just moving over here to the kitchen, we can see that we've got our cabinets. Here's our sink. We can see that it's a full sink on one side and a half sink on the other. Here's our stove with 4 burners. And then over here we've got pantry, and we can see, notice how this is 2 lines. Those 2 lines close together indicate that it's a floor-to-ceiling cabinet that we're moving through. Just to finish off, let's have a look at the second floor, because there's a couple of symbols here that are different that we haven't seen, mainly in the bathrooms. Here we've got the symbol for a 5-foot tub, pretty basic kind of tub. This is a soaker tub. You can see that it's actually in a deck there. And then this is the symbol for a shower. Usually we just draw a cross line indicating that the floor is sloped, and then we have a single line for the window. So that about covers it for the symbols and conventions. If you want to go back and review this in a little bit more detail, I suggest you download our guidelines to understanding the symbols and conventions of a floor plan.